I give the floor to the representative of Pakistan.
Thank you, Chair. Pakistan aligns itself with the statement delivered by the G77 and China. As we mark the 30th anniversary of the World Summit for Social Development, it must be a matter of common concern that the core commitments of the Copenhagen Declaration remain largely unfulfilled. The Secretary General's report presents a stark reality that in 2024, the number of extremely poor was estimated at 692 million globally, and that around 65% of the world population lives in countries where income inequality is growing. We are conscious that social development and cohesion is indispensable for prosperity and sustainable development. Pakistan's National Development Agenda accordingly aligns with the core commitments of the Copenhagen Declaration, prioritizing poverty eradication, employment generation, and social inclusion. We have made concerted efforts to invest in social protection, education, health, and employment generation. For promoting social inclusion and development, we have introduced programs such as Benazir Income Support Program, Prime Minister's Youth Program, microfinancing schemes, universal health coverage programs, and e-governance initiatives for public service delivery, among others. Mr. Chair, as developing countries struggle to implement the 2030 Agenda, we find ourselves in a paradox. While we are strongly committed to inclusive social development, the financial and structural resources required to achieve that are lacking. The second World Summit for Social Development in Doha later this year must serve as a turning point. It must move beyond aspirations and deliver tangible outcomes to bridge the growing social divide. The summit must focus on the following objectives. First, universal social protection systems should be recognized as a sine qua non for achieving social cohesion and development. The summit must call for adequate financing to provide social protection for 48% of the developing countries' population that remains without social protection coverage. Ensuring access to quality education, universal health coverage, and social safety nets will also contribute to poverty eradication. We must also leverage new technologies to advance these goals. Second, the summit must contribute to promoting decent work that guarantees minimum labor standards, protects informal workers, and ensures equal pay for equal work. Investment in vocational training, skills development, and digital literacy programs must be scaled up, particularly for youth and women. Third, promote transparent and accountable governance, and in that regard, prioritize combating corruption, improved public service delivery through the use of accountability mechanisms, and reform of tax policies to stimulate people-centered social development. Fourth, it should put financial justice front and center. An inclusive, just, and equitable international financial architecture is essential to unlocking resources for social development. The summit must reinforce the call for reform of the international financial architecture, for comprehensive debt relief for developing countries, reallocation of SDRs towards social development, and investment in climate-resilient infrastructure to support social development initiatives in developing countries. Mr. Chair, social development is central to achieving the SDGs. Inclusion, equality, and solidarity are the key words here. Doha offers a historic opportunity to transform words into action. This Commission serves as a stepping stone. Let us work together for a concise and action-oriented outcome in Doha that would put us back on track to realize the Copenhagen commitments on social development. I thank you.